safe sex is the best just because it keeps your pH on point, okay? Sorry, I'm so thirsty, but all the damn talk. Hey cousins, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you came because today we're going to be talking about her down there. Yes. Okay, so we have, I don't know how many tips it is total. I think it's 10 and a bonus, but we're going to see. All right. So first I want to say that these tips, pointers, whatever, are things that I do. So if it don't make sense to you, if it don't resonate with you, if you don't want to do it, if you're like, what, I'm not doing that, then don't do it. This is how I keep my, I don't know what we're gonna call her. I'll just say her. That's how I keep her clean and smelling fresh at all times, okay? So just if you want to learn, you know what I'm saying, how to get it nice and fresh and clean, what this video is going to be about is feminine hygiene, okay? We're not really going to talk too much about shaving, about grooming, stuff like that. We're just going to talk about just the hygiene, keeping it fresh and clean down there. So just keep watching. All right, so tip number 1. I know nobody wants to hear this, but it's the truth. It's like the main thing that's going to help you keep your stuff smelling clean, smelling fresh, and just your pH is going to be on point. So we have water and we have fruits. Now, I just have the fruit because it just needs to be like semi-clean food, right? So, I mean, if your stuff is smelling a little off and all you eat is like fast food and snacks and soda and iced sweet tea all the time, then you probably should switch it up a little bit. Add a little bit more water, you know, drink a little bit less alcohol, maybe, you know, just add more water and it'll like help it. Like vagina is all about the pH. So basically you want to keep that as balanced as possible and it'll keep your smell, keep it very clean and very fresh, okay? All right, and I'm looking down because I have a notepad because I don't want to forget nothing. Okay, so tip number 2. There's a couple of things in here, but it's about your shower and bath routine. So I want to say the first thing is, this is kind of weird. You know what? I forgot to put on, I feel like my hands are ashy, but I'm gonna do that right now. And put some right here too. So the number one thing, not the number one, but the first thing I would say is before you bathe and shower, wash your hands first. And that seems weird, like I'm getting in the shower, why am I washing my hands? But it's because there's so much dirt and bacteria on your hands and underneath your nails, that if you just go straight in and wash your body, then you might get that on you, and especially down there. So you want to just wash your hands, make sure your hands are clean before you do that. I always do that. I didn't used to, but I started to, and I feel like, I don't know if it makes a difference, but it just makes me feel cleaner. So I will say that. And then in your bathroom routine, I have here honey pot. This is a sensitive one. There's also a mommy to be, I think, and then there's a normal one. I use this one, but I'm gonna be honest, I just like it okay. I don't love it. There's actually a brand called Embrace Pangaea that I'm gonna put somewhere in the video. I'm gonna put a picture, and it's not as well known as honey pot, but they are so bomb, like amazing. Like you just be so clean and fresh all day long, right? So I love that. And then 2 more tips I'll say if you're taking a bath, and baths are super important too because it's like you get to soak your vagina, you know what I'm saying? In my baths, I put no soap, it's straight water, and then I add a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And this is a weird one, so just follow me. A little bit of bleach, just good old plain Clorox. And I'm gonna tell you why. Oh wait, if you could see, it kills 99% of germs or whatever. I put about literally a capful, maybe about the amount of, you know, like the size of this. I just pour as much as I want. This is not gonna harm you at all. But then I pour a tiny bit of bleach and it gets you so clean. You can add like flowers and fruit and stuff. I like to do that just for like the vibes and the feel, but it's like really life-changing. Like just taking plain baths. Don't put bubbles in your, well, this is my personal opinion, but I don't like to put bubbles in my bath because I just like my stuff to be as clean and as simple as possible. The key to a clean vagina is simplicity. Okay, so I'm gonna say that. Am I forgetting anything about the bath? I don't think so. Oh, I'll add one more item. I love this, y'all. So this is a scrub called Hunzy. It's called Hunzy Softest Honey Body Scrub. And I'm gonna put the link to this below. Let me show y'all the inside. It's so freaking cute. There's this little, like, since the brand is called Hunzy, there's like a little like honey. Can I see that? Little honeycomb thing. It's so freaking cute that you can use to take the scrub out and put it on your body. So love that. But what I do with that is, you know how sometimes the inside of your thighs could be discolored? I use that to just like rub on the inside of my thighs to exfoliate that skin right there, because the inside of your thighs is very, very neglected. Because who thinks, I mean, aside from like washing it real quick, who thinks about putting, you know, taking time to care about that area, like, you know, exfoliate and moisturize and all that stuff. I've started to do that and it's made a big, big, big difference. So that takes me to the next tip. All right, so the next tip is going to be coconut oil. So this is another weird one that people, I tell them, they're like, really? So I not only put coconut oil on my body, in my hair, around my eyes sometimes, but I also put it on my vagina and inside, and I'm going to tell you why. Let me see something, if it says it on here. I just know that it's an antibacterial, right? So coconut oil are antibacterial. So they're going to kill the bad bacteria that's down there. Now, your vagina is created to clean itself out. That's why you have your period every month. And so it's designed to do that. So it does that automatically anyway, but this will help. Coconut oil will help with your pH. And I've noticed that because I look, me and her, we got a good relationship. I know what's going on down there at all times. I look, and every day at the end of the day, I smell my panties, like just to kind of see like, oh, okay, you know, if it's smelling if it has like a little scent to it, it's like, okay, I probably need to drink more water or, you know, consume less of something else. Like I'm very serious about that, and I'm very like into that. So coconut oil is the great, great, great thing for your vagina, for the smell and for the health of it. And also it helps with discoloration in your inner thighs as well. Like there's like little to no discoloration, and my thighs are very thick. They rub together. So you know how that is if you have thick thighs. So the next tip is going to be panties. All right. I got them folded up because if I open it, y'all gonna be like, wow, those are some big ass drawers. But my preference is like large granny panties, and I typically only wear white or gray or black, simple colors, just because I don't really fool with a whole bunch of dye and panties and stuff like that. Definitely don't do lace. I do thongs if I have to, if I'm going somewhere and I don't want the panty line to show, but that's only for a few hours and then I'm taking them off. Like I just don't really fool with anything else unless it's like full coverage, like cotton panties, just because it's the best for your vagina. It allows your vagina to breathe. And it's just a lot better for the health because it doesn't have a lot of dyes and all that stuff like that. So that's kind of like what I recommend as far as the panties. Okay, let me look at my list. Do I have, where am I? Okay. Okay, so the next tip is safe sex. Okay, y'all, please, 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 please. I know that, you know, sex without a condom is so good, blah, 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 blah. I've learned to just love condom sex so much. I ain't gonna front all the time to get a little good. But like safe sex is the best just because it keeps your pH on point, okay? Sorry, I'm so thirsty, but all the damn talking. But yeah, so it keeps your pH on point, and you don't know what a man has going on in his penis. Like, even if that's your man, you really don't know. Like, you just got to be very, very careful with that. Now, if you sleep with the man and your vagina smells the same, feels the same, then perfectly fine. But if it starts smelling weird after you have sex with them, then it's like, I can't do that. Even if, in the case you do sleep with a man without a condom, immediately go to the bathroom to urinate. This is getting like a little TMI, but go to the bathroom immediately to urinate. I honestly don't know what that does, but I just feel like it does something. And then wash up. Like, you might be tired. He might have did it so good. You just like lay it out, but you got to clean up after yourself. Or you take the risk of it kind of smelling crazy. I like to be sure of what's going on down there. Like, I don't want to like bend over or, you know, use the bathroom, walk past somebody, and they're like, "Ooh, what's that smell?" You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't gonna be me. Because I be smelling, I smell other women sometimes, and it's just like awkward. And I'm like, yo, you gotta take care of that, or like know what it is. Also, if you have like, if your vagina has a fishy smell, it's not, you know, it's not abnormal, or it's not, you know, you're not the only one who's gone through that or that's happened to before, but that's like a bacteria infection. Like you should either get that checked out, or, you know, just really, really go in with like these methods, because that ain't right. It ain't supposed to smell like that. There's some type of infection. You're doing something that's not right. You're wearing the wrong type of panties. You're having sex unprotected, like stuff like that. Like just check into that, because it should not be smelling like that. A lot of people say vagina has a scent, and a lot of times it does have a little bit of a scent. But what I child can't get it out. Once I started to do all of these things and just really take care and really mostly started eating clean, I go all day after working 10, 12 hours, and I smell my panties when I get home from work. Nothing. I don't smell nothing. No sweat, no must, no nothing. Like, no scent. Like, I really started just taking care of my shit, and the smell be nothing. So, what other tips do I have? Let me see. Oh, I don't have them over here. But the next tip is your pads, okay? Feminine care when you are on your period. So this is more like an internal thing, and this will help you in the long run with your like fertility and like all that stuff like that. But I feel like I've started to use natural pads. So I've like thrown, I'm not gonna say brands, but I've thrown those other, you know, those popular brands out. I didn't throw them out. I ain't gonna front. I used them all, but then I haven't bought any since then. So the brand that I've started to use I've started to use Honey Pot pads. I've started to use Cora pads. There's another brand called anything that says like natural cotton. I've started to use those, because I think it does affect your fertility over time. So this is more fertility care than it is vaginal care, but just like be careful with, you know, wearing certain type of scented tampons for a long time, and just any of that stuff, honestly, it's just not good. The best thing for your vagina is simplicity. That's what I'm saying, like coconut oil, white panties. Oh, I have another thing here too to show y'all. Water, fruit, just anything natural is going to be the best for your vagina. So the next tip is cleansing wipes, right? And this is kind of more so for your hind parts, is what my mom used to say. It sounds like hind parts when you little, but it's really hind parts is what they're saying. I beat your hind part, whatever they say. Don't judge me, y'all. Like we, you know, my family kind of come from like Newport News, little country, whatever. So this is more for your behind. And so I feel like they don't go together, but I feel like sometimes your behind could be a little bit neglected. So when you use the bathroom, take a number 2, you need to be not just using tissue. You need to be using some type of wipe to wipe down there. And you already know you wiping from the front to the back, okay? You're not wiping from the back to the front, you feel me? So we wanna do that. And I also put the coconut oil back there too when I get out the shower. And I also use specifically, I use feminine wash for my behind, because who wants to be back there smelling like, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Like, just because you took a shit don't mean you gotta smell like shit, you feel me? All right, so I'm gonna just look on my pads and make sure I didn't forget anything. Let me see, simple pH, clean diet, water. Okay. All right, so I thought I had way more stuff, but the last thing is gonna be like a little bonus. I'll just tell y'all that it's a little dirty, so I'm gonna cover this part. But Nair is what I use to, not shave, but you know, remove the hair. And I'm going to start getting waxed again. I got waxed like a long time ago, but I stopped because it was like really expensive. When I was getting waxed back in the day, not back in the day, but some years ago, it was like $70, $80 for a Brazilian. I found a spot that does it for $35. I want to say you can get your Brazilian and underarms for like $40. Like that's a freaking steal. And they said they do a really good job. So I'm gonna start getting waxed again. But yeah, so those are my tips. If y'all have any tips, like definitely let me know. I feel like I'm leaving something out. I'm so mad. I really feel like I am leaving something out. But those are honestly the main things. Like honestly, the cotton panties, the coconut oil, and the health, like eating healthy, drinking a lot of water are like the top 3 for me. But yeah, but the key is just to keep it super simple and to eat a little bit clean, because all that stuff you eat, and especially liquor and stuff, if you always eating alcohol and fast food and partying a lot and stuff, that's going to affect the way your vagina smells. And don't nobody got time for that. Like, because then people going to talk about you. And it's like, it's your fault, but it's not your fault because you might not know. So let me know if y'all like this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't be petty. Just subscribe to my channel. And I love y'all. Thank you for watching.